Alright guys, so it is finally time. We're going to be checking out EUGEO, and sorry this took me a few days to do. I hope to in the future get the new character showcases out the same day, assuming I pulled the character, because EUGEO was the first one that I had, and it took me a while to get him out there. But we did do a video for Alice, and we did a video for Sinon, and like I've been saying, I do want to try to revisit some of those older characters, but here's what I need from you guys. If you enjoy the video, this is not just a formality, I'm saying it because it really helps the channel. Please be sure to hit that thumbs up, and just for the record, try to do that as much as you can on any YouTubers channels. Leave interactions, comments, watch as much as you can. All these analytics help tremendously. So with a new game on a new channel, even though I've been doing YouTube for a while, I'm trying to build this one from scratch. So obviously need as much of that as I can. So if you enjoy it, be sure to help us out. So let's take a look at the team. So we're going to be taking on the new event for this one, because EUGEO, you might have seen in the Alice video, EUGEO is a superstar of the new event. So EUGEO is really crazy. Water element physical damage with 400 power, wraps sword in ice and increases its power when awakened, and inflicts frozen. The frozen status is really crazy, and EUGEO has a few things in his kit that make a huge difference with that being a factor. Water element physical damage inflicts freeze as well here on the Disaster Frost. This one is just a basic attack. However, it does magical. He's just like Alice, and then he has a magical attack that has very wide range. And then this one here, 2500, doesn't do very much damage, but it does do freeze, so that's the trade-off. So if he doesn't kill, he will just leave them frozen and you could just keep hitting them. So it's a little bit of a double-edged sword. You would ideally like for these to finish the enemy, but it's still good because you get a decent amount of time to just do a good amount of damage. So when using switch, he gets a strength increase, and then when performing a timely switch, he resets his skill cooldowns. Very powerful stuff. And then also stay cool at the bottom. When using switch, opponent's water element resistance minus 10% when landing an attack when the enemy is inflicted with frozen status. The opponent has to be in the frozen status, but he'll reduce their resistances to water-based attacks, which is all of his moves. And ideally, he's on a water team. He's going to be extremely powerful. And then the final skill at the bottom, water element skill power plus 5%. Again, these attacks have, they go based off of strength or an intelligence stat based on which, magic or physical it is, but they do have a power. So this one's 1100. You're going to get another 5% on top of that. It's not a ton, but it does add up, especially when you start looking at, again, his own team distribution, his stats, the ability cards he has, the resistance going down for the enemy. So he's really powerful. They gave us an awesome water-based equip for him in some of the events currently. However, I would say, if you get it, you really want that EUGEO card. So like I have Alice's card. Alice's card is good, but it doesn't work the same way. The EUGEO card is very powerful. Inflicts frozen when using the opponent's elemental weakness. Actually, this EUGEO card from the battle pass may be the same thing, just like the Kirito situation from the last set. I am going to flip and put this EUGEO card in. I mean, these are all good cards. I like all of these cards. I'm gonna go ahead and flip and put that in there, and we'll add that Asuna card right back in. I don't really care too much about Alice on this event. Like, Alice is a boosted character, but she doesn't do anything particularly special. Like, if I were to base them off, like to rank them, EUGEO is like far better on this event. However, a lot of that too is because EUGEO also has elemental advantage. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the card as well in the gacha. So inflicts frozen with the enemy. Okay, let's go and take a look at the card in the gacha, because I really want to see if it's the same card or not, like the Kirito situation from the last event. And then we'll take a look at EUGEO's range. We'll play the new event and go from there. So let's see, not the rates, I need to see the featured cards. And inflicts frozen when attacking, elemental skill power when attacking with you. So yeah, this is different. It automatically will do frozen status. That's there's got to be a chance on that or something, right? It's not going to be a guaranteed frozen repeatedly, right? Dude, guaranteed frozen repeatedly is actually really broken. If it works like that card is insane. And it and see this one, yeah, it's very different. And it's a mandatory card for EUGEO. All right, let's go ahead and hit training. So the water team is kind of interesting because Asuna is a really good character for building up your gauges, your rush gauge, your awakening gauge as well, because she hits a good bit. Like, Asuna is a good character to use. And then also you do have access to other characters, but what I really want to see is the Integrity Knight. Oh, 43k on that hit, my goodness. I want to see the Integrity Knight EUGEO. So here are his normal attacks. Looks like 6-7 hits there. That's a lot of hits to do. This move right here is an AoE. You can't really see it too well there, but if there are multiple enemies surrounding you, we're gonna go one more time and try to look at the range, the outside of how far out this first skill does. But if there's multiple enemies in your area, or if there's from behind you on your sides, it is an area of effect. So take a look at it right now in 3, 2, 1. Look at the ice on the outsides. He'll hit all the way out here, basically. So it's not a crazy range, but it's nice. And in terms of the magic-based skill, here's the distance on it. That's right about the distance. And also, unlike Alice, he doesn't have a charge on his hit. Alice also has more utility because she can play from a further range more consistently, because her charge basic attack is nice. Her regular just non-charge attack can hit from like this distance as well. So he has to be kind of really up close. So the utility is very different, right? So that's kind of it. I want to see if this second skill can hit from this far. Okay, it still hits from this far. That's all. That's about the max distance you really need. I'm not going to try to be like Sinon or like Alice and go to the ends of the map, because it doesn't really matter for him all too much. All right, so let's go ahead and take on the new event like I said. Oops. But yeah, I'm curious to see just how the full-on water team looks. Now, the thing is, too, I haven't really been talking too much about them, but there are water-based SRs that are solid, like the Water EUGEO SR. I believe there's an SR Water EUGEO. He might be fire, but I'm pretty sure there's an Alice SR as well that's pretty solid. And they're doing like rush gauge accumulation and powerful things. So if you're looking for filler, and if you don't, because you will have to buy the battle pass to get the Integrity Knight version of EUGEO, and if you don't want to do that, or I don't know if and or when he'll be made available on a wider scale eventually, but if you don't want to wait for that, right, there are other SR cards you can use. I think Asuna is the only summonable water. No, there's another one. There's got to be another one. There's one more. It's okay. So we get the free Kirito, the free Asuna. By the way, I wasn't talking about the free Asuna. However, the free Asuna, like, she doesn't really do anything special. But she is, if you put the resources into her, she should be one of the best cards in your entire box, especially if you're free to play, just because the sheer amount of awakenings and stuff like that. She got all the stars. So she doesn't do anything special, but she should do a lot of damage as a character you can use on this water-based team. So let's go ahead and play the event. All right, so I'm not going for any sort of score or anything like that. My goal in this one is to show you how much damage and how EUGEO functions. That's my goal. That's what I want you guys to keep an eye on for this, okay? So here we go. I'm not going for anything fancy. I switched literally just a second early. 24k on that hit. Not even close to the peak either. So that one doesn't do too much. He's already outside of my range for EUGEO. I've got to get all the way close. Wow, he did do a freeze on the basic because of the ability. This is freeze right here. That is extremely powerful. So that means that ability card that you get from the gacha is going to do something similar. However, I don't know if you need it if you have the one that I'm using with the Integrity Knight on it from the battle pass. But that's extremely powerful stuff, man. Just passively doing it like that's really crazy. Freaking Asuna always glitched. All right, so right now I want to try to get a timely switch with EUGEO, but I'm approaching a burst here. Okay, let's just go for basics here. I'm gonna get the awakening gauge up as well. There we go. Super close. Ah, those are annoying because I can't tell if he's gonna go for me or if he's trying to hit me with his claws. Oh boy. Oh boy. You are in for it. Watch this. 22. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna get the burst now. Oh my goodness. We're gonna start popping off with crazy damage. 84k. Yeah. How much? 87. 88. So that's not even close to the peak either. That's not even close to the peak. We could definitely do more and do better than that. But he's doing a near, I think in the Alice video, he got up to 100K with the old card. But that might also be a big deal, putting that Asuna card back on that I took off, because I might have been getting a crit, and the crit would have just done a lot of damage. Anyways, so that was just an example. Let's try this one more time. But him approaching 100K damage on those hits is extremely powerful. Okay, let's go in one final time, and we'll see how this one looks. Okay, this time I actually got a freaking timely evasion. Yeah, that's extremely powerful. That's only possible because that card. Well, no. He actually, I'm thinking about it now, it's actually on his basic attack too. But the thing is with him, is the more chances you get to do the freeze is important as well. Because you just want to have the freeze often, because you get, what, the resistance down and you do more damage. So it's just, you want to have it all the time, basically, if you can. So I would still put both of the EUGEO cards on him if you can ideally do so. But obviously, you have to spend money to do that. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, because the battle pass, if I remember correctly, it's only on the paid track. However, I don't really love using his second skill too much. Not unless I need the ranged attack. It's not like Alice where it's her primary damage skill. We got the burst early in this one. 68 right there. We're not even in Awakening. Okay, let's go ahead and get the Awakening here before the burst runs out. Let's go for this now without killing. So look at the power of this without killing, and we're still getting the burst gauge up too. That's another thing as well, is the burst gauge is still going up. And we got another burst, and it was really easy to do just because he was stuck. Super powerful stuff EUGEO is doing here. That wasn't even a crit, it is 67K. Obviously, the damage modifier is going way up as we start, getting Fever and S. As you see, it's at 3 times right now. I'm doing basics right now. Oh, I was hoping to use that last skill one more time. But yeah, super powerful stuff to be doing that. And there's a bunch of ailments. There's stuns and stuff. But it seems, and there's burn where you do damage over time. It seems like the freezing ones are extremely powerful. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and conclude there. I hope you all enjoyed this one. If you did, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. On your screen right now, you'll see a video for Alice. I want you to go ahead and check that one out. Also, in that video towards the end, you see EUGEO, I think, get pretty high up in damage like I mentioned earlier. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for your support on the channel. Have an awesome day and take care.